Hey everybody, and welcome to this video. This is going to be a video of me trying out a bunch of new products. I've been using up my holiday gift cards and stuff on some new products that I got from Target and Ulta, and I'm really excited to play with a bunch of new makeup. My foundation is not going to be in this video because I will be filming a first impression and review on the new Wet n Wild foundation, which should already be up by the time this video goes up. So if you're interested in seeing the new Wet n Wild foundations and my thoughts and how it wears and all that, go ahead and check out my last video. But before we get into all that, let's go ahead and jump into trying out some new makeup. Alright, so as you can see, I already have my brows done. There were no new products there, and I just went ahead and primed my eyes with my MAC Laying Low paint pot. So we are all prepped and ready for our eyes, and I'm super excited because I got this color book from Makeup Revolution. I saw it at Ulta. There were actually a couple different ones. So basically, let me open it. So this palette is basically double-sided, and it has like duplicates of the same shadow, except one side is matte and then the other side is shimmers. So up here you have all the matte ones, and then down here you have like the corresponding shimmers. And I got the like orangey red one. What is the shade? This is just a CB03 shadow palette, but they do have a few other color combinations. So they had a smoky one, which is more like black, white, and gray shadows. They had like a blue one and a purple one, like a blue green and I think a purple one. So this was the one that stood out to me. I just love like warm tones, and so I figured I'd probably get the most use out of this one between all of them. But yeah, so this is what we're going to be playing around with today. It's so pretty and I'm so excited. So I'm going to start off with the last shade in the second row and use that as my like transition color. I thought this was going to come off like more brown, but it's definitely more of like a fiery kind of orange shade. Okay, seems to be so nice so far. So now I'm going to go in with the third shade on the second row and kind of just go right under that. I think I kind of want to do like a smoky burgundy eye, so I'm going to take the third shade in the third row and just pop that all over my lid. I kind of want it a little bit deeper, so I think I'm going to mix in the third shade from the first row. Just mix those two shades together. I'm just going to kind of like pat that on. And go back in with that first shade. You can see there's definitely some fallout when you're like packing these shades on. Go back in with that second shade and use that to help blend out the crease. And I'm going to take just that purple shade by itself. It's a lot of fallout on my face. I haven't had that in a minute. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and do that same exact thing on the other eye. Alright, so I'm going to hop off really quickly to go ahead and put on my lashes and everything. Then I'm going to film that first impression and start my wear test for the new foundation. Then we'll be back to do the new products for the face. Alright, I am back, and this is my face with the foundation and lashes on. So we're going to go ahead and get to setting this face because it needs to be set. Look, I just do. So let's go ahead and get into the concealer. And I have my NYX Born to Glow concealer here. I haven't used it. It is brand new, and this is in the shade Neutral Tan 12.7. And this was the closest shade that I could find to the Tarte Shape Tape that I use, which is in the shade Tan Sand. So if I'm at Ulta and there's like testers, I'll go and put a swatch of Tan Sand on my hand, and then I'll match the concealers that I'm testing out to kind of find a shade that matches. And this was the one that matched the closest that I could see, so hopefully it works for me. Alright, and this is what the packaging looks like. It's just like a little squeezy tube packaging. So it kind of has the same type of top of like the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. which if you guys, I know like some people have like an issue with like the sanitization with it being unsanitary. So with the aging wine, you can just rip off the sponge part. I don't know if you can do it with this one. I kind of really don't care. So but I know like sponges can kind of like eat up some of the product. So I know there was like a trend with that instant age rewind where people would take off the sponge part to kind of be able to get more product, like not waste as much product, and also it was just more sanitary for them. So the shade is definitely very similar to the foundation that I'm wearing right now. I did mix 2 colors of my foundation, so this might be better for like a summertime. I might need to go a little bit lighter for the winter. I always forget, you know, I do get paler in the winter time, so yeah, keep that in mind. But so this might be more of like a summer shade for me, if I would even use this in the summer, because my ass is oily in the summer. I don't need to be using no glowy products at that time. Look at that shine. I mean, I do have a dewy foundation on as well, so I don't know if you would be able to tell as much as if I had like a matte foundation on, but there's definitely like nice shine and sheen underneath my eye. It feels super hydrating, not at all dry. I feel like I definitely like the coverage of this one more than the new hydrating e.l.f. camo concealer. That I just felt like was not giving me the coverage that I needed. I felt like when I blended out, it kind of just picked up some of the product down here where I have more texture. So I definitely just off the bat am liking this a lot more than that e.l.f. hydrating camo concealer. And if you haven't seen that video, I do have another video I recently did trying out a bunch of new products from e.l.f. and Wet n Wild, and that was my Sunday upload, so it should be about 2 videos back if you want to check that out as well. There's a lot of new products in that video too. And wow, my face is looking super smooth, super hydrated, but I need to mattify it ASAP. So I do have 2 different new powders. I have the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder, as well as the I Heart Revolution Coconut Baking Powder. So because I have so much glow and just hydration going on in my face, I think I'm going to go in with the I Heart Revolution baking powder, just because I don't want to put even more like glow and sheen on my face. I kind of want to mattify it just a little bit, just because I do have combination oily skin. I feel like I say that in every video, but yeah, my skin does tend to get more oily throughout the day, so I want to combat that here and now. So let's go ahead and see what this I Heart Revolution powder is all about. And they had a bunch of different like flavors. They had like a, what was it, like a, I think white chocolate. No, it was something chocolate. Or I think it's like they're scented. So they had like a banana scent, something chocolate. I don't know if it was white chocolate or something chocolate. And they had a coconut one, and there was like another scent. I can't remember all the scents, but I decided to go with this one. I'm not sure if like the color coordinates with the scent, but I just love coconut, and anything coconut scented or anything like that I'm like drawn to. So I definitely went ahead and got the coconut one, but I don't know if like the banana one would have been better, because I don't know if it was like a yellow powder. It might have been better for my skin tone. Hopefully this one doesn't give us too much flashback or anything like that, but we shall see. So it's a pretty big powder tub. It kind of reminds me of like the one from Walmart that smells like old grandma's. What is it? I have no idea. I cannot remember what it's called. You do get 22 grams or 0.77 ounces, so just under 1 ounce of product, which I don't know if that's like similar. In my Hailey's Beauty one, you get 0.26 ounces, so there's definitely a lot more in this one than the Hailey's Beauty one. But again, I don't know like the standard for powder off the top of my head. I can't really smell coconuts. Like, maybe it has like a hint of like a very fake coconutty smell. I don't know. It doesn't smell like the Physicians Formula or like the I Heart Revolution vanilla coconut scented spray, which is like my favorite spray. But Yeah, I mean, there's like a slight coconut scent, but it's not like overpowering. Alright, so that's what it looks like underneath my eyes. Definitely nice and smooth. Not the smoothest powder that I've used recently, but you know, it's not like bad by any means. I'm going to really mattify this area because I feel like this area has been getting like super oily. Okay, there's definitely like, oh god. I don't think I personally on my skin tone would use this to bake. Like I wouldn't set it there because I feel like if you kind of leave it there, it really lightens up. I think it would be like super brightening. I feel like it kind of looks like it would have flashback. Oh goodness gracious. Let me see something. Oh yeah, bitch. I look like a freaking ghost. Oh no, child. But I'm gonna go in with my Sephora Micro Smooth for the other areas of my face that I didn't set with that powder, and just smooth this over my face. Alright, so now that my face is set, I feel like I'm looking super pale, so I'm gonna go ahead and bronze really quickly using my Fenty Beauty Caramel Cutie Bronzer. Alright, now I'm going to go in with the Sephora Blush Duo in the shade English Rose. Now I'm going to go into my lower lash line really quickly and just finish that up. Just take that purple shade. Then I'm just going to go in with my e.l.f. waterproof gel liner in black. A nice smoky look happening. Then just do a little under eye mascara. Alright, now I have two different highlighters. I have this Physicians Formula highlighter palette, and it's supposed to be limited edition, and it just has like 3 different butter highlighter shades in here. So when I was checking out, like the display had said it was $9.99, but when I checked out, it rang up as $4.99. So it's only like $5. At least I only got it for $5. So go ahead and cop that because you do get 3 different butter highlighters in there for $5. It's a steal. Then I also have the NYX High Glass formula. This is in Daytime Halo. I've tried the Physicians Formula highlighters before in that formula, so I think I want to use this NYX one today. It's a nice like champagne-y gold kind of shade. Okay, I feel like it's very subtle, which I actually kind of like a subtle highlight for every day. I'm not one to have like bling bling all the time where it's like in your face. So I feel like this is like a nice everyday kind of highlight. But also I feel like I have so much like dewiness going on that it also might just like be getting sucked in by that. I'm just gonna take some of this and also put it in my inner corner. No, I think it's definitely just this highlighter isn't like super crazy like pigmented, which I mean, not that it's not pigmented, but it's just not super like in your face like blinding, which I don't really mind. But I think it's weird that it's called like a highlight. Oh well, actually no, it's not even called a highlighter, it's called an illuminating powder. So alright, and last but not least, I was trying to find like a new lip, and I didn't really see any new lips, but I did see this, where is it? Yeah, this gloss from Neutrogena. It's their Hydroboost Hydrating Lip Shine, and it has hyaluronic acid. And I mean, I've never really tried much from Neutrogena. I think I got like a bronzer quad from them that like Stacey Holmes was raving about a couple of years ago, and I think that's like the only Neutrogena product that I've ever really tried. So let's go ahead and give this a try, but first I'm going to line my lips. I don't see my Morphe Sweet Tea lip in there. It must be in my purse. So I'm going to take this Rimmel lips liner in the shade Cappuccino, which unfortunately this shade isn't sold in the US anymore. It's still sold like in the UK, and you can get it off Amazon, which is where I got mine. But like they have this line of liners in the US, they just don't have this shade. I don't know, it's like really weird. Alright. And this is more of like a cooler toned lip liner, but it's fine. I'm gonna go ahead with this Hydroboost Hydrating Lip Shine in the shade Almond Nude. Of course I went with a nude one. It's just like a gloss, which obviously, but like there's not like a lot of color payoff to it. Like I don't think it's like a super pigmented gloss. I think there's like a little bit of color, but I don't know if that's just it mixing in with my liner. I mean, yeah, there's like a little bit of color to it, but I like that. That's nice. It feels like it's not super thick, but it's not like as thin as like the Fenty Gloss Bomb. It's kind of like a thinner version of like the Ulta Beauty lip oils. If you guys have tried that, it's like a little bit thinner and like smoother. I like it. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be anything like super lasting or anything, but I'm still here for it though. I'm still here for it. Okay. I feel like I want to go into like one of these shimmery shades from the palette. So I feel like my inner corner is not giving me what I'm looking for. So I'm going to take the 5th shade in the 2nd row. I'm going to use that on my inner corner. Alright, so this is the final look with all of these new products. So let's go ahead and run down my thoughts on each of them. The color book, I think that this palette is really, really nice. I love the fact that it has like a matte side and a shimmer side, and they have a bunch of different like varieties of colors. I just went with like the more like orangey red kind of tones, but if you do like are more into like purple shadows or like bluish shadows or smoky shadows, they do have those options as well. I really like this lip gloss from Neutrogena. I'm like really happy that I tried it out because I just never really go towards Neutrogena or really Revlon or anything like that. So I'm excited that I tried this out because I really do like the way that this feels on my lips. It feels super hydrating and moisturizing, and I'm here for it. The highlighter or the illuminating powder, I like it. I think it's good. I feel like it's nice and subtle for like every day, but if you're looking for like a pop or like a bam in your face kind of highlighter, I don't think that this is probably where you should look. I feel like there's a lot of other drugstore highlighters that can give you that. So like the Wet n Wild highlighters, even the Physician Formulas butter highlighters, like the individual ones, I'm sure these are the same formula, so they're probably the same thing. So if you're looking for more like in your face kind of highlight, I would say kind of veer elsewhere. But if you're looking for more of a like subtle day-to-day one, I think that this might be a really good option. This baking powder for me, honestly, it's kind of a no. I just feel like it's super way too light on my skin tone. I feel like it looks like, made me look a little bit ashy and just like not very appealing. I don't feel like it it kind of mattified at the beginning, but I feel like I can already see like the sheen coming through. So I just prefer other powders over it, like the Collab Set the Stage powder, my Hailey's Retouch powder I really have been liking, the number 7 powders. Those are a little bit more expensive. They're not like super expensive, they're like $15 to like $20, but they definitely work a lot better of smoothing and like mattifying your face, and without making you look like super ashy or just super bright, or you know, just kind of giving that flashback effect. So I would kind of pass on this. It is a cheaper powder, but I'm just really not here for it, and I feel like there's other powders that you can invest your money into that are much better. So yeah. The concealer I really liked. Honestly, I feel like if I was gonna go for a more hydrating, like luminous concealer, I would go for this one over the new e.l.f. Camo concealer that I tried in my last like new products releases video, just because this one is nice and hydrating and smooth, but it also has better coverage, and I just feel like I like it better. I think that there is not that much product in here. There's only 0.17 fluid ounces, where the e.l.f. one does have, so the e.l.f. one has 0.2, this one has 0.17. So the e.l.f. one has just a tiny bit more product, and it is a little bit cheaper, but I feel like if you want the coverage and the like dewiness and the hydration, I would go for the Born This Way over the e.l.f. one. Obviously try it out, see which one works for you and your skin tone or your skin type better, but just with me and my texture and stuff, I feel like this Born This Way one definitely was a better option. That's just my opinion though, so don't take that for like the end all be all. Try it out for yourself, see which one you like, do your thing. But yeah, these are just my thoughts on these products and how they worked with me and my skin type, my skin tone, all of that. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it and you liked it. If you want to see more content from me, definitely make sure to thumbs up this video and subscribe to see my upcoming videos as well. I believe my next video on Sunday should be a BH Cosmetics full face video, so stay tuned for that. I'm really excited for that one. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you spending your time here with me on my channel, and I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.